action. Okay, Jennifer, you are the star of this movie.
I guess so, yeah.
You're the heroine diva.
Yeah.
Not diva in a bad Mariah Carey way.
No, I'm so glad you said that.
Now, here's the question. You were in Stir of Echoes, and you were great in that. It was such a scary movie.
Yeah, very suspense.
Yeah. And I heard that you had to move in slow motion during all of your shots.
Yes, I did. It was really interesting. That was part of the audition. Was they were looking for someone who had experience in dance because they needed to make sure that someone could have control of their body enough to move at quarter speed. So it was really interesting because when we do the takes, sometimes they'd be like, okay, now move at half speed. Okay, now move at 3/4 speed. Now move at quarter speed. So I had to like go through my motions and know them so well that I could slow them down at different paces. So it was really
That's amazing. See, I'm really good at being slow in general. So if they had just like, that had been the audition, I would have nailed it.
Oh, that's me. Yeah. I got it.
Yeah.
Normally I'd look at you and I'd be like, hey, right? So I'd have to be like,
That's already creepy. Like, you didn't have to say anything. It was creepy, yeah. Tell me this. You have an urban legend. Do you have one for us today?
yeah, actually I just recently heard this urban legend. This woman, and she's coming to her car, and a man's standing there with a briefcase. He looks all corporate, and she kind of looks at him, and he's like, you know, there's all these vandals, and they were scratching cars and all this stuff. And he's like, but I saw that you had a really nice car, and I was just standing here. I was waiting for my ride anyway. She's like, oh, wow, well, thank you. And then he goes, yeah, I don't know, I've been waiting for a long time. I don't know if they're going to come for me. And so she kind of goes, well, do you want to ride? And so he gets in the car. He's like, yeah, thank you so much. And then she starts to back out of the parking spot. And she's like, oh, my God, what am I doing? I can't, I don't know this man. Maybe he's a freak. And she looks at him, she goes, I have very trouble. I'm not a very good driver. Can you help me out of this spot? So he's like, sure. And he gets out of the car. And as soon as he gets out of the car, she like squeals out of the parking lot, squeals out of there. She's driving as fast as she can. She's like, oh, I'm such a jerk. I can't believe I did this. Maybe he's not a bad person. And she looks down and his briefcase is still in the car. And she's like, should I go back and give it to him or not? And she's like, if he's a freak, I just can't do it. So she goes to the police station. She's like, you know, there's this guy, it's his briefcase. It's a long story, but he basically lost it. Can you get it back to him? He's like, sure. And they open up the briefcase, and all that's in there that's totally empty is like a huge butcher's knife.
Is it true?
Probably not.
Hey, Brooke, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
So tell me what you do here on the set.
I am Jenny Stein. So what I do is I follow her actions while they do camera and lighting adjustments.
So you're going to give us a tour around the set.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start. So now, Matt,
Yes.
you play Travis in this movie.
Yes, Travis. Travis is a film student coming to terms with his sexuality and his need to have sex with sheep.
Really?
Yeah, it's a problem.
You know, that's interesting that you bring that up because I feel like that's a really pressing issue today.
It is. That's why I chose this part, because I thought I really dealt with like this burning problem in our youth society.
It's very Gen X.
It is. It is. And you know, I have a lot of friends with this problem, and I thought that.
And what with cloning now?
Exactly. And
It's
so I thought
it exacerbates it.
Exactly, and I thought I could give a voice to all those people who haven't like had the chance to speak out about it. So it's very nice to work with some really supportive cast, and it's nice to see strong women portrayed as such. And I had the opportunity to work with them, and they gave me a lot, and in return I did the same. So it was exciting.
Supportive, strong, like a good bra. And you're doing stunt work for Jennifer.
That's right. I'm doubling the Amy character on Urban Legend.
What's the coolest or most difficult stunt you've had to do ever?
The coolest stunt was some crazy driving I got to do, and we were crashing the cars as we're driving along side by side, and as well I got to jump a Mercedes. So a roundhouse, okay, and then an over the shoulder is that one. So you're going watch for the punch and react.
Ouch! Oh, that hurts! Natural?
Well, we could work on it a bit more.
Cool, I'm gonna go fall downstairs now. So, Corolla, you do hair. And I love what you've done with mine.
Good. I'm so glad.
But I hear you have a Burly Bear joke.
I do.
Would you share it?
I'd love to share it with you, although I don't know whether it's a joke or it's an urban legend.
Well, even better.
So, like, I'll leave this all for you to decide. You see, it's a big bad burly bear goes to a bar. And he goes in there and he says to the bartender, I'm a big bad burly bear and I want a beer.
I'm so hungry. Come on. I'm hungry too. Hi, Jen. How you doing here? This is the crafts truck.
This is my craft truck. Welcome. Go for craft.
You can go for craft.
I'm crafty. See. Crafty Wafty. That is my nickname.
Crafty wafty?
No.
Sorry, Jen.
Wafty.
Sorry. Wafty. You're so Canadian.
Merry Christmas. I'm crafty.
This is Nicholas George Osborne, and he is an executive producer on this film, Urban Legend.
I am.
See, I never knew that you could go to school to be a producer.
Well, I think the interesting thing for me was that, and what I've learned since I've been in the industry, is you can know as many people as you want to, but unless you have good scripts, you're never going to get anything made.
Really?
So everyone thinks it's about relationships and everyone thinks it's about being in Hollywood and who you know, but if Bruce Willis reads your script and likes it, he's going to do your movie, you know?
Okay, I have a story.
Okay.
It's about this girl, and she does a lot of interviewing, but she does it dressed up like whatever the movie's about. So she goes to a film set where they're actually filming a girl in film school who people are getting killed.
Right.
But people around her start getting killed.
Who's been killed so far tonight?
Well, it's a story,
Oh,
Nick.